Outpost. What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome. We're here, Lori. Don't worry. We're just a few seconds late. We're matching tonight. The Twins are matching. It is a Saturday night. Sooners escape. Brigham Young with the dub, 31-24. We're going to break it all down for you, but you got to keep an eye on this Texas game because OSU ended up winning. It looked very promising for OU fans today with the way Houston started that game, but now you need the Cyclones. So keep us updated on that. Good evening, Kimberly K, Dalpoas, Lori, Stubby. Thanks for being on here, all that are on here. So, yeah, Jay, obviously we don't want to talk the entire time about this Texas-Iowa State game, but what is up, Blake? How was the game? Couple of things to talk about. There's a whole lot to talk about in this game today, Jay.
Yeah, and it's a win. It's all you can say. It's a win. Yeah, I saw Beck just do a pick. I saw that Hunter, but it was an ugly win. To be quite honest, there were some things that was good. Jaden Gibson got in the game and made himself known, as been calling for it. And what did you think about? Because we haven't talked to Jeremy much at all, but the audible that Jackson Arnold called in third down to make the throw to Farouk.
Yeah, I do want to go back and watch that again. What I said earlier today was I really liked how Arnold on that play did not throw it immediately. He gave Farouk about a second longer to get some separation on that. Oh, I'm sure they were mowing the field after the game. The turf was unbelievable.
I've never seen a field that thick of grass.
It probably had something to do with DG getting hurt because it was regular turf. He gets out of bounds before he gets tackled. But I do not. I'm with you, Blake. I'm done with it. We're watching Texas. They got Xavier Worthy running punts back. We got Gavin Freeman, who looks like he's trying to find it like it's a dime in the sky. He can't see the ball, and then all of a sudden he'll catch it, but get lit up. I don't understand the Gavin Freeman punt return thing either.
No, I question that. And let's talk about the defense for a minute.
Atrocious.
BYU is horrific running the ball. They're horrific. They're horrible, and they gash you. And I'm going to say this, and this may piss some people off. I don't know. It really might. But before the season, all we heard about were the defensive ends and how good they are. Okay? The defensive ends may be the worst position on OU's defense.
That's saying a lot because I think the D-line's right there with them.
Well, the defensive line in general got whipped today.
Here's the frustrating thing. Like Easton says, what happened to our defensive run game? We had one. I don't know where it's at. I do not know where it's at.
Okay, good question.
I don't know who they can get. Maybe Dave Aranda if they keep losing.
Good question. Do you think they do make a change with Ruth?
We got to talk about this, Blake, because I am so tired of this. I'm so tired of OU defense not knowing what they're doing.
Hey, do you think Venables is tinkering with things a little too much?
Tinkering with things? No, Kobe and Kip got exposed. Kobe McKenzie, I know the turf and the grass was long, but dude looked slow.
Well, everybody looked slow on that turf. Right? Except BYU.
I mean, I don't think it's poorly conditioned. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if they thought Slovis was going to play. I don't know if they thought and they were surprised with the guy and how he performed. I don't know. Jackson, I thought Kobe was bad today.
Kanik was bad again, apparently.
Kanik barely played.
But when he did, he wasn't good.
None of them were, Jay.
Danny was pretty good.
Danny had the flu, we realized, and Danny wasn't great either. He did have a great strip sack. That was a huge, massive play. Go back and watch tape on what, Dalpoas?
I think he's talking about Kanik.
No, I think he was the one that said Kobe and Kip are bad. I agree.
Somebody explain to me why every quarterback OU plays has literally all day in the world to throw the ball. I don't understand it. I'm tired of the excuses of, well, they're holding extra blockers. That's bullcrap. They're not beating their one-on-one. They're not winning their one-on-one matchups, the defensive line.
What happened was the first half, OU did not blitz. They rushed the 4 guys that couldn't
Jeremy,
get
I'm
to
not
them.
talking about blitzing.
I'm talking second half, they started blitzing, but it's sad that you have to get to that point.
But Jeremy, why are you having to blitz when you should have more talent than them there?
Agreed. I'll tell you, he's been an utter disappointment, and it's Trace Ford. OSU guy can't do anything for OU.
Jackson, I listen, same as what Jeremy just said. I'm not talking about the blitzing. I'm talking about one-on-one matchups with our defensive linemen. They're not winning them.
Ron's right. They basically K-Stated us.
Yeah.
And we barely get pressure blitzing. Look, the defense was – if OU loses that game today, it was
Let me ask you this.
You escape with the win, which is huge. You give yourself a chance to maybe backdoor into this thing.
I will say the defense only allowed 18 yards in the fourth quarter, which was huge. But listen, if Jackson Arnold doesn't audible to that play, do you think it was a running play?
That's what I'm curious of, Jay.
And if it was a running play, and they don't get it, do they lose that game if they give the ball back?
Hunter says it was a passing play. I just think he called it to the other side, maybe, of who he liked.
So.
Ford runs like a Dodge. Hey,
probably
the crowd was better for BYU than I thought.
The crowd was way better than I thought it would be today.
I did not expect BYU to have that loud of a crowd, honestly. They're going for we need BYU to beat OSU and get the bowl eligible because that's the only way OU's getting in, it looks like.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, I don't think OU can get in now with Texas losing to Tech.
That's what I've been saying, Jay. I told you, Jay. I told you.
Why do you always say you tell me? You didn't tell me diddly squat.
I told you they're not going to get in if they lose to Tech.
Jeremy, you make no sense at all, man. I'm sorry.
Earlier tonight, you told me the Kansas State game didn't matter. It absolutely did. OU needed Kansas to win the game.
It shouldn't matter, Jeremy.
OU needed Kansas to win that game.
If OU's went for Kansas to beat Kansas State, we got problems. OU shouldn't have lost to Kansas and OSU. Period. Stop putting all your hopes on these other games when they shouldn't have lost those games. I'm tired.
OU shouldn't have lost those games.
Okay, but
it's going to be interesting.
You are whining to me all night about Texas and OSU winning, and I'm like, who cares? Oh, you didn't do their job.
Yeah, it's because I want to backdoor into that and win the last Big 12 championship. But
why you want to backdoor it and lose?
No, OU plays to their competition.
The way OU's playing right now, they lose in the Big 12 championship.
Depends on who they're playing, actually.
Jeremy,
you're going to go by. You going by last week? You going by last week's 59-20 win or this week's?
Jeremy, OU has not played a road game and looked good doing it.
No, that's good thing it's not a road game in Texas. It's a neutral site. They did win a neutral site against Texas. Yeah, Texas is going to win this game. OU did cost themselves. There's no doubt. What was everyone's opinion on Arnold today?
I said this. I felt like this with Jeff Levy kind of. I don't think he's had the backup quarterbacks ready to play anytime in the 2 years.
They haven't played.
But when they do get in, they're not. I don't feel like Arnold was really ready. Do you?
Yeah, he absolutely. I feel like he was ready. He just overthrew
here's
a bomb.
The thing. I don't think he was held
back. He needs
back.
more run. I thought he was.
I think part of the problem
was not okay. I am so done with people blaming everything on Jeff Levy.
Here's the deal,
guys. Here's what Jackson Arnold did, Jay. Jackson Arnold threw a bad overthrow that was a dagger that would have won the game. He did seem semi-ready. His second play of the game on a huge third down, he scrambles for about 15, 20 yards, was a great scramble, but it got called back. He missed Tolly Walker on third down. It was a great play call, Levy. They had a blitz on. We had a great screen pass called. He overthrew him. He looked a little nervous, but he had a great third down play where he ran the ball, got a first down, extended the play, and then had a great audible. So I thought he did some good things to win. I think you give him a week to play. I think next week he'd light up about 450 yards against TCU.
Yeah, I think part of the problem today when he came in is they got pinned back twice on the first two possessions. One was at your 7-yard line. They weren't going to do much with that. I just think, and they really didn't get in the flow of the game. They were just trying to get out with a win. So I don't think you really saw. You will see more next week against TCU if he's playing for sure. I think he's going to be fine. And he said he was nervous, as Breaknail TV says. So
Ron brings up a point that's got to be asked.
what?
How much of it's BV?
Of what?
All of this. The fact
Of
that you're
what?
barely beating some games that you should win easily.
Well, I
Now,
mean, you got
to start there.
Are you talking about because they're not motivated?
Jay, they just play down to their competition. And I agree, Coconut Greg. I think Arnold impressed me in some ways with his leadership. After Fruit got hurt, he went over to the sideline and talked to him. If you saw the post game, everyone was coming over to Jackson Arnold, including Levy, giving him a big old hug. But I think you give him a week, and I don't know what the injury is to DG. Someone said Iowa State touchdown.
Upper TD. I mean, upper body. Upper body injury.
Iowa State keeping it close. What quarter?
So how did they score? How did they score? Because it looked like they were getting ready to punt.
Must have ran a fake.
I don't know. How about the fake OU ran? Worst call.
Great call. Horrible ref call.
Horrible. That was a good call by special teams there. Did you notice something on that? So why did you say great call, Jay?
Maybe the punt.
Oh, they ran a fake punt for a TD, I think. Hey.
Yeah.
But after the first time OU punted, it looked like BV was ripping into Nunez. Did you see that?
Yes.
And then I think it's because he wanted him to run the fake on the first time, and they didn't do it. And then
Brian, you're right. Hey, Brian, I don't understand 11 games in how he looked this lost. I don't get it. It is part of it.
Crystal's right.
Like he's got to.
Crystal's right.
It is confusing.
And he's tinkering with it. He's tinkering with it right now.
Well, they're young. Stutzman had growing pains last year. Stutzman figured out the system. He's a lot better.
Okay, but Jeremy, why do our defensive ends contain so much? Why don't they just rush up the field and freaking they're so talented. I heard, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I'm not happy with the defensive ends at all.
I'm not happy with the defense at all.
On
Jay.
The pass rush. It's just not
I don't
there.
understand it. At one point, one of their touchdowns, or when they got the 2-yard line, Desan McCullough was back at safety in the end zone.
Yeah.
That's not his job. The fake punt, Anderson was kind of blocking a little bit when he should have been going on a route. I don't know. I thought that was pretty questionable. You're right. We need a DC. Ted Roof, all Ted Roof is, guys, is he's a locker room motivator. He's not an on-the-field coach. We need a DC. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
But do you think that'll happen?
5-star defensive end got in about 3 plays. 2 of those plays, Richard Ringer, a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, 3 of those plays, he got pressure out of 2 out of 3. I mean, I thought Adebawore needs to play more. Trace Ford experience may be done. I hate to be that rude. What's he done? Besides pick up a ball in the end zone and couldn't pick it up. Try to fall on it. That's really what he's remembered for. McCullough absolutely needs to play edge, and Kennick needs to be the cheetah.
Well, you're going to have to wait for an offseason for that to happen. It's not happening.
You absolutely are. You absolutely are. And I agree, Ron. The guys they got coming in here, I agree. And Mason Thomas,
where is he?
He's out there some.
Where?
Not playing much. Not making plays.
He's playing. He's not making plays. I mean, when was the last time? Jeremy, tell me one time where you saw a defensive end blow by their guy and get pressure.
I can't. Desan McCullough once.
Why?
Desan McCullough did once, but he's too busy in pass
talking about defensive end. Isn't that a one-on-one matchup?
Yes, mostly. I don't see him getting double, Jay.
So what are they playing more contain, or are they just not rushing, or what's the deal, you think?
Maybe Ethan Downs isn't what people thought he was.
I think Ethan Downs probably has the most pressure of all of them, Jeremy.
Lori, BV does call the defense. I promise you.
Yeah, so why are you saying Roof? Are you saying they need a guy to get it off BV's hands?
Yes, just like Mark said. Get it off BV's hands. I mean, he can still have his hands in the fire, but he doesn't need to be controlling the fire.
Hey, what about USC tonight, man? Today.
They're done. Caleb Williams didn't talk to media. They're done.
Is Riley gone?
I think he's going to the NFL if he can get a job.
You think he's gone from USC?
Absolutely. Who's got the ball in the Texas game?
If you go 7-5 with Caleb Williams, that's a problem.
That's bad. Texas ball. Hope they're not driving. Exactly, Jimmy. Who freaking cares about USC?
Hey, OU's got their own problems. Because I think most people thought they should have rolled today, and they didn't. They barely won.
Who?
OU.
We all thought they were going to roll, Jay.
We thought by halftime this game's over.
It was tied at half.
And let me say something. I saw some stuff on Twitter this morning about being conservative. OU might be conservative. Hunter, you were telling me a little bit about this. First off, if that's the case and they were going to be conservative or whatever, you're going in there with the mindset that you're going to cakewalk these guys. And that's a bad attitude to have going into a game. I don't think you can go to a game and say we're going to be conservative, either in the second half or whatever. I think that's a bad attitude. And that starts at the head coaches and the coordinators. You can't, and I didn't think they were conservative, so I didn't understand where all that talk was coming from. But I saw it all over Twitter this morning. I don't understand.
They weren't conservative.
Is it the weather? Richard says the weather, maybe.
Lori.
Let's say facts. If Billy Bowman doesn't get the pick six, OU probably loses the game.
And OU is doing what they do. I agree that the defense made the defense made some big plays. It's just the fact they couldn't get off the field and stop the run. And BYU helped OU out a lot by throwing the ball when they didn't need to. They could have just pounded in on OU. The defensive tackles weren't great. Didn't get much penetration. Very disappointing. And Lori, I don't know why the defense is bad at times. But I'll promise you this, and I'll tell it like it is. OU is absolutely confused on defense. They were not early in the year. I don't know what the flip was. I don't know where the switch was flipped. They've looked over to the sideline more the last 3 weeks than they did the entire rest of the 7 games. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No. You're right.
What is it?
I don't know. I mean, they're playing new guys on defense. I mean, they got a lot of guys.
McKenzie and Luce are in instead of Canick. Was Canick better in the mind as far as plays?
You had Josiah Wagner in there, too. I mean,
yeah, he got beat.
He's out on an island. I mean, the Billy Bowman play was a play. The game is not even close. And I agree with Jackson and Brian. Next year's season is so huge for BB. And the thing is, he's got more defensive line talent coming in. But the defensive line, they have to be really good. If you're getting these guys 4 and 5 stars, they got to be great. PG Adebawore needs to be great next year.
Jay, you got to play him now.
I'm watching Texas, and they got Sweat, and these guys just freaking dominating.
Well, they're playing their guys. OU's playing guys that have been there for 6 years.
Like who?
Well, Downs.
He's not been there 6 years.
Jordan Kelly. Grayson Halton can't find the field because Jordan Kelly's on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating.
I don't understand why Grayson Halton can't get on the field.
I was at a cheer competition today, and listen, I was in a freaking town that had no signal in the whole town. I promise you, I couldn't get a signal. I couldn't send a text. The only thing I could do was get a phone call every once in a while. So I was trying to follow along the best I could, but what a nightmare of a game, really. I mean, they get the W, so you can't say nightmare. Nightmare would have been a loss, but you can't go into BYU like that and perform that way.
Downs is coming back next year?
Yeah, he's only a junior.
Maybe you move him to tight end.
Oh, my.
I'm just kidding.
You are the dumbest.
I'm kidding. He caught that ball today.
He's probably the best defensive end we got.
He is, but you got to play the other guys.
You're saying, man, I'm so glad you're not the coach, dude. You got him moving to tight end. You got Canick moving somewhere. I don't get it.
I was being facetious because he caught a pass. If Ethan Downs plays 99% of the plays on the edge next year instead of Adebawore and they don't rotate in, I'm going to have a problem with it. I think Ethan Downs is the best one we have. He's better than Bothroyd and he's better than Trace Ford. Absolutely. Those two guys have not been elite like I thought they would be.
They haven't. I mean, I think they're good players. I just don't think they're the
Bothroyd and Ford were supposed to be it.
Yeah, but so was R. Mason Thomas, Jeremy. Right?
Agreed. I agree.
Who did we hear about the most in the offseason?
R. Mason. And R. Mason. And Petaway and Gavin Freeman. And where are those guys? Not doing much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe, I mean, you see it in practice, but you're not seeing it in a game. So I don't
know hey, Laulu's been one of the best ones. He barely plays.
Yeah, I mean, he made it. He got pressure today once.
Yeah, Levy doesn't do H-backs. I don't know stocking up on transfers because they got a lot of guys coming in. I don't think they're going to stock up on transfers.
Well, we've seen some of these guys play in high school. David Stone, Danny Okoye. If they're not good at OU, then I'm going to say that's a development issue.
Jaden Jackson.
Right?
Yep. Levy doesn't believe in H-backs. I agree. I mean, he doesn't. I don't think it matters, Uncle Charlie, how someone matches up. OU just got to come play. And
hey, I
think the whole injury to Gabriel is going to be interesting. I mean,
Jeremy, TCU is 5-6. They got to win to make a bowl game.
They're playing BYU
big time. And if Texas wins tonight, OU people going in there like, well, we really don't have a whole lot to play for. It could be a game. And I've already seen a ton of OU people selling tickets. All the college kids, Thanksgiving week, they're going home. It may not be a raucous crowd.
Oh, I'm sure it's not going to be a raucous crowd. It's 11 a.m. on Friday after Thanksgiving. There'll be more people at the local Target. Black Friday.
Norman? Is there a Target in Norman?
Norman is not Alma where you were today, Jay. Norman's a big town. You know that.
I know, but I live in I mean, there's not really
Targets around. Jay.
What?
Hey, do you have a trivia question, Jay?
I do have one trivia question here for you. All right. Are we ready for the trivia?
Let's roll the trivia.
All right. The year is 2002, guys.
Wait. Okay. Before you do, back-to-back winner last night.
Yep.
Dalpoas, right?
Yep.
Make it 3 in a row, man. Let's see.
All right. The year's 2002. Running back, Quentin Griffin. Okay. How many games did he rush for over 100 yards that year? Go.
Chet Holmgren, buzzer beater to send it to OT.
Wow, they were getting killed earlier.
Jay, what's the update on Texas? 8, 9, 5?
Nope, not correct.
What's the update on Texas, Jay?
10, 7? Nope. It's still the same, 9 minutes left. I haven't seen the answer yet. Crystal says 6. Nope.
Jimmy 3.
Nope. Nope. I don't see it yet. I might, unless I missed it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet, guys. Wait, there it is. Who was the first one to say 12? Was Blake the first one? Was Blake the first one to say 12?
Hey, Hunter will find out who it was and put it on the screen for us.
12 of the 14 games, he had 100 yards or more.
Blake was first. Blake Mangum, the Utah guy. The guy who was at the game.
Wow. Hey, how about Utah today? How about Arizona, dude? They smashed Utah.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
why is A&M going after that coach?
Did Dalpoas get it first?
I don't know. Hunter, you have to go up there and check the comments, bro.
Dalpoas said 10. I think it was Blake.
No, he said he was before Blake.
Oh, says he was before Blake Hunter. We got a
I'll go up here and
discrepancy.
check.
Hey, let's go to Dean Blandino first. Dean Blandino, let's get a review on this. And kind of the rule reads when it rolls in the comments. Looks like, I don't know if this will be overturned or not. We'll wait on Hunter or Dean Blandino of Sooner Surge to get this right.
Yeah, what is the guy? What do you guys think? I know the Florida State quarterback got hurt. Okay, probably done. But I've heard a lot of talk and from national media about this hip to leg tackle that they
Hip hop.
want. Huh?
It's called like hip hop.
The hip drop or something. That people are wanting that banned. I disagree with it. I disagree with banning.
Maybe Coconut, Greg, and Mark are review guys. They're saying Blake was first. I don't know. Split second. It's all good. Hey, either way, Dow Post has been on fire. So,
Jackson, it is not a dirty. I don't think it is a dirty tackle.
Jay, football is about to be. They're not letting him do anything anymore.
Okay, but listen, I did not see Jordan Travis today. Was that a dirty tackle?
I didn't see it either.
Did anybody see it? Was it a? Because here's the deal. I saw. People were talking about
Wussification of America, Jimmy. Wussification of America.
People were talking about the Thursday night game. Yeah, Texas got a field goal.
Texas made a field goal.
That kicker's been automatic since early in the year. He couldn't miss. Yep. Couldn't make anything. Jackson says he think it was clean, but what are we going to do? You can't hit high. You can't hit low. You can't grab a face mask. You can't horse collar. Flag football, dude.
Flag football.
Now, I could see if somebody does a hip to ground and you could tell it's dirty and throw a penalty. But if you can't ban the tackle.
You know what's going to come back to hurt Iowa State? 3-point turnaround on that extra point block.
Oh, that was killed.
It would have been 26-19 right now.
Yeah, that killed
them. Yeah. So if they do go on and win, which they probably will, then it's going to be OU has to have BYU win, or OU has to have Tech beat Texas and Iowa State beat K-State.
I think that would have to happen. Which Iowa State's probably not going to win at K-State.
Now, someone earlier said that OU could still make a New Year's Six game. I don't know that they can.
No, because you could if it was like if you had Texas versus OSU in the Big 12 title game and Texas beats OSU, they're not going to take OSU. They could take OU over OSU to New Year's Six.
You're saying the Big 12 would get 2 in there?
Yeah, or Texas can make the playoff. Listen, if Texas wins out, there's a pretty good chance they're going to make the playoff.
It all depends on what happens, Jay.
Georgia's going to roll Alabama.
You don't know that.
Georgia rolls everybody, Jeremy. Do they not?
They have. I agree. I'm just saying you don't know that. Yeah, we got to get a kicker. We got a 5-star, quote, 5-star coming in from Moore.
Okay, but Jeremy, did you hear the post-game interview? What did Brent Venables say? Did he back it up? Did he back up Schmidt? And
I didn't hear it, but Jay, there's video footage going around about 5 out of the 6 extra points and field goals, the laces were not where they're supposed to be.
Okay, it's a 24-yard field goal. I don't care if the laces are
I
wrong.
Agree, Jay.
You should be able to make it. Jeremy, I've kicked a field goal with laces wrong all the time.
I agree, Jay. Not saying you don't.
And why not try Gavin Marshall? I don't understand.
Jay, I'm baffled by it as well.
Or just don't ever kick it. Don't ever kick it. Go for it.
Baffled by it. Hey, so was Jaden Gibson implying that Jackson Arnold audibles, but Dylan Gabriel didn't? Because I didn't know Dylan Gabriel audibled.
Well, I think what he was saying is he didn't like the third down calls, but he audibled the slants, which is a great thing for Arnold to do. And I don't know. I think maybe some other games could have done that, and maybe Dylan didn't. I don't know what he meant by that, Jeremy.
Or maybe he does, and we don't know it. I don't know.
Yeah, Georgia could beat OU's winning streak. They're dominating, man.
No, they'll slip up.
Dude, they're destroying everybody.
I agree they are, Jay, but you never know. Dude needs to be in game. I agree. Dude, Uncle Charlie, you're right. Dude needs to be in game a lot more. He's a wide receiver 1. He's going to play on Sundays. I would absolutely complain. I wouldn't complain about OU USC. I don't think Caleb Williams would play.
Jeremy, that game's not happening. They lost 5 games. And Mark,
Yeah, they're
you do
not
not
going to
want
the
to see
Alamo Bowl.
you don't want to see the Thanksgiving game and see Jeremy get cooked. I got a video I could post on here right now, but I'm not going to do it. Jeremy, do you remember 2 years ago when we were playing in the living room, the offensive line versus defensive line just destroyed you? Do you remember
I
that?
gave my son, my 8-year-old son, about 10 seconds for pass protection. Oh yeah,
No.
knocked you to the ground.
Jeremy Hunter knows what I'm talking about. He's seen the video.
I don't want to play Whittingham at Utah either.
No, I don't. Here's who it's going to be, I think.
Arizona.
That's who I think if OU wins out, I think it's OU Arizona.
They're looking pretty good, actually.
Yeah, they're looking real good. I mean, they destroyed Utah today.
Is Washington continuing to win like always, dude? Because they keep winning every week, Jay.
Yeah, what was the final on that Oregon State game? That was the game
I called the upset, Jay. You
can't go with what I say.
I agree. You got to go the opposite.
You got to go opposite of what I say on predictions. I'm dead wrong almost every time.
I thought today was Billy Bowman's best game. Not just because of the pick six. He had great open field tackles. He was the best defender today.
Yeah, he played really good.
Notice, Jay, do you think there's a correlation? I mean, Stoops didn't catch a ball once Gabriel went out.
Well,
but they were running a lot of jet sweeps with Stoops and Arnold pulling it out and keeping it. Arnold had 8 carries.
Yeah, I mean, how many yards did he end up with? Do you remember?
24.
Yeah, that keeps the defense honest. That's what I wish DG would do more of. I think he could run it more, you know?
Yeah, Jada Coleman and Billy Bowman, dude, elite athletes.
Oh, yeah.
Ron, everyone's giving OU fits right now, but
so Washington squeaks by, but they win. They have the Apple Cup next week. That'll be tough too.
Jay says he thinks over-targeting Stoops has been a problem, and possibly could be. I will say that in a short amount of time Arnold was in there, he threw to about 5 different guys. On about 8 of his passes were 5
I still wish
guys.
he would have hit that deep ball. You can't overthrow that.
Great play call, dude. I was shocked we went deep right off the bat.
You can't overthrow that.
Jay, I don't know how he overthrew him, dude. Dude's got a cannon. That's how. Like, just put that thing out there about 60 yards.
Uncle Charlie, they've 100% checked it in, and it really makes you question what's going on there as far as, I mean, they look awful. And he's lost the team, has he not? The fans have turned on him too, if you've noticed. The USC fans are not happy. It didn't take them long to turn.
You know, that I don't think it slowed Anderson down too much on that one myself. I just think he was so amped up when he saw him open. I mean, that's your first deep ball you've thrown in 5 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's probably a little tight, a little nervous. Didn't want to lose that game.
You know he can get it out of his hands very quickly.
Mark says underran because the players are used to it.
It could be a chemistry thing. I mean, they haven't really. Hey, Crystal, is the buyout what happened on Texas? Said it believes it over. Did they punt?
No, it's 4th down, though, so they probably didn't get it. Yeah, the Norman quarterback.
I love the velocity of J.A.
The Norman quarterback did have it. You're right.
Huskies won 22-21.
Yeah, so it looks like you need BYU come into Stillwater next week and win for OU to have a chance. Probably not going to happen, but OU needs to beat TCU anyway, and that's what really matters. And then go play a bowl game and get the W. I mean, if you could end the season 11-2, move on to the SEC, see what happens.
Hey, when is the OSU BYU game?
Don't know, don't care.
It's Saturday, though. Friday is Texas against Tech. Are we 100% sure if Texas was to beat Texas, OU still left out? 4-way tie. It'd be OU, K-State,
Texas Tech is not. Texas Tech has not beaten Texas.
They won again today on the road at UCF.
It was at Tech today.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, Hunter says we need something else. So, I mean, I think you got their best chances for Stillwater to lay an egg and let OU in. Would that be hilarious? They have a chance to go to the Big 12 title game and they lose on their home field to BYU and OU gets
Hey,
in.
Jay, if let's just say this, who would it be in that four-way tie scenario? Hunter, did you say it would be K-State and OSU in a four-way tie where OU and Texas both get left out? That's what I'm curious. That's what your Mark wants. If he can make that happen, it's going to happen. Tech will get every call on Saturday.
Well, I don't think Texas got all the calls tonight. I don't know if you can say that. They definitely don't want OU Texas in there, though. They want one team. So.
No, OU's not defensively ready in the SEC. I do think the future on offense, when you got Andrel Anthony coming back, Nick Anderson, Gibson, other guys, Petaway, and you got Jackson Arnold slinging it. You got Salchuk, you got Tatum coming in. I do think that the offense is very bright. And I think defense is as well.
Yeah, but you got to get over the hump of playing down to your competition. It's just too much for me. It's you don't see dominant championship teams doing that. You don't. To the likes of Kansas, OSU, and BYU. Now, when you play teams like K-State, who is a good team, I get it. But when you play these other teams, you shouldn't lose those games, and you shouldn't be in a game
where to win that game.
Yep. Because let's face it, if OU beats OSU, they're sitting pretty high in the playoff rankings right now, and they could be playing Texas for a chance to go to the playoff.
Well, yeah, OSU's got to lose though.
No.
You're saying
OU would have beat OSU.
Yeah, if OU would have just won one of the two games. I mean,
no, if they would have just beat OSU. I mean,
either one of them, Jay.
Yeah, but every other team is dominating OSU. They're putting up all these points, and OU put up 24 on them. It's frustrating.
Thunder, man.
Thunder's legit. I called that game over earlier when they were getting whooped.
That's 2 straight they've played at Golden State.
Yep. They're legit, dude.
They're legit. Fun to watch.
Hey, I got another trivia.
Let's do it.
All right. This trivia, I'm gonna go with a question based off today's game because we're all complaining about the grass and how bad it was. Okay. So in 1970, guys, OU went from grass to turf. Do you remember that turf, the artificial turf? Do you remember the artificial turf they had? What year did they go back to grass? They got turf in 1970. They got artificial turf. What year did they go back to grass? Go.
Is this because of the turf, how bad it was?
It's because how bad, you people were breaking. I mean, it was bad on your ankle. It was awful.
I'm talking about, is this why you asked the question because of how bad BYU's turf was?
Yeah, it was how bad their grass was.
Absolutely. 92, 96, 98, 2009.
No.
94, 2005.
94. Who said 94?
Brian Cochran.
Brian got it. 1994. Brian,
the
did you know
replay
that,
official, Brian got it.
Did you know that, or did you have to look it up?
Nick, very slim right now. OU's only hopes now that Texas is winning is BYU Cougars have to go to Stilley and win. If that happens, OU's in. What Hunter say? OSU lost or yeah. OSU has to lose or Texas and K-State both have to lose.
Brian said he knew it. What is this comment by Kenneth here? Hey, listen. I think both is true. People want to see Arnold. Arnold's a 5-star quarterback. I think he's going to be a great quarterback.
Guys, Kenneth, who is cheering for Gabriel to get injured?
I don't know if anybody's cheering for him to get injured.
I don't know what you mean by that, Kenneth. None of us said, "Hey, let's get Dillon Gabriel injured." Yay! No one said that. And by the way, Arnold, while he wasn't elite at all today, he didn't turn the ball over and got the W in his first game as a true freshman, as playing in a big time moment. I think Arnold's going to be just fine. but no one was cheering for Gabriel to get hurt.
Yeah, I was
And
actually when I saw he went out, I felt bad for him because he's been having such a good year and he's climbing on the statistical category for the top in his career.
he
So
played a good first half.
and he played good. I think it was the hit where he was sliding. They got him in the helmet, right?
No, it's when he was scrambling away and his head hit the soft grass really hard.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter, how you feeling about your number 9 Mizzou Tigers, who you said wouldn't even go bowl eligible, Hunter?
Yeah, what are they at 9-2 now?
Where you at, Hunter?
Are they 9-2? I think they're 9-2.
Yeah. And Jackson had talked about SGA being a ball hog. I'm not sure on that.
Hey, looking at OU's schedule next year, you got 2 teams coming into Norman that are going to be limping in: Tennessee and South Carolina. Beamer and Heupel not had good years this year.
Agreed.
Right?
They haven't, dude.
So I mean,
I
then you
think
got
going into last week, Jay, it's senior. Look, it's senior night this week, and I just think that if Gabriel can play, he's got to play senior night. Now, if he's in concussion, I mean that would be awful to miss senior day. So we're gonna have to see what that injury was. Yeah, Jackson, I did one game. He was that game, bud.
Jeremy. Jeremy tells it like he feels it, man.
I don't sit here and sugarcoat things. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ron. Appreciate you. Jay, have you heard then? Because ESPN called it and Fox called it upper body injury. To me, that sounds like it's a neck. It's not a concussion thing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Missouri's 9-2. The Auburn thing, that coach at New Mexico State, Jerry Keel, I think is his name. He's doing unbelievable things at New Mexico State. And Auburn.
Did anyone see DG on the sideline second half? Can we talk about how bad the ESPN coverage was today? They didn't even know he was hurt.
It was bad.
Didn't even know he was hurt.
Weren't those NFL? Louis Riddick's an NFL guy, isn't he?
Yes.
He used to do Monday Night
because they fired all their good people.
He used to do Monday Night Football, I believe.
Arnold absolutely knew he was playing at halftime.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And it's a win. That's all you can say. It's a win. You survived it. There for a while, I didn't think they were. You got the win. You move on. You go win TCU. Go compete in your bowl game and see what happens. And next year, Hunter says only Plank knew. Who knows?
Hunter, I agree.
Can I say something though, real quick?
Wait.
I gotta say something.
Wait, only Plank knew, except Hunter. Even when Arnold threw on the first down play, they didn't even realize it wasn't Dylan Gabriel. So, and then they didn't even cover it well after that.
Well, what bothers me about the Plank thing, knowing he knew, but I wasn't able to watch, like I said, and my phone was weird. But I got on Twitter right after halftime, and I saw 3 different OU media people. You know what they put on Twitter?
Eyeballs.
Yeah, stuff like that, and I said, second half's going to be interesting in a weird face.
Those are called emojis.
What?
Those are called emojis.
I know, but they already knew that Plank was. They already knew that DG was probably hurt. Can they not say that DG's not going to play? Can they not say that?
Maybe they didn't want it out. I don't know, but I'm interested. I think that's obviously the main storyline going the last week, because OU did not get the help they needed tonight. Okay, they didn't.
No.
Did not get the help they needed. Now they need some kind of miracle in Stillwater next week, and that's BYU somehow beating OSU, because I don't think the other two are going to happen.
No, it's not. I mean, it's probably not going to happen. And even if it doesn't, though, and OU doesn't go to the Big 12 championship game, you got to win. TCU is not going to be a cakewalk the way OU's playing.
No, and you get double digits win second year for BV.
It'd be huge to get to 10 wins and then go bowling and get to 11 wins. That'd be good. That'd be a good. I mean, it's not the season I wanted. When you lose the 2 games you lose are Kansas and OSU. But
I agree.
So,
guys, we just want to say again, thanks so much for being on here, joining us. Appreciate your faithfulness to be on the program every night. We'll be back at it again tomorrow night. See if we hear anything about DG and see what's going to go on this week. But you never know. Maybe BYU can roll into Stilly and win. I agree. Prepping Jackson Arnold start will be good experience for him. And then you got the long time before the bowl. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Micah.
Turkey week.
We will talk to you about our schedule this week. Obviously not going to be on Thanksgiving. Probably won't be on Wednesday, but we'll drop our schedule as far as each night, what we're going to be on. But appreciate you guys. Till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.